There's a strange paradox going on right now in modern society where we're actually consuming more stories than we've ever consumed in the history of all of mankind. I mean, think about it with movies, TV shows, video games, and even the endless scroll on X/Twitter and also Instagram. Our brain is taking in more stories than we've ever taken in history. And yet, we're actually cracking open a book and reading through it is in sharp decline. It's maybe lower on average than it's ever been in history. And there's a big difference between consuming a story like we do with video games, movies, and TV shows, and actually reading the story, sitting down and actually reading through a 300 to 500 page novel. And that's what I want to talk about today. Welcome, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Daniel, and this is the Story Renaissance. Now, to be fair to us, I want to go easy on us humans here. I feel like this was actually done to us. It's not something we're actively choosing. I mean, think about all of the technology, modern technology, the way that it reinforces this problem. I mean, think about all the algorithms that are in play in our lives, like from YouTube and again, Instagram, Facebook, etc., X/Twitter, whatever you call it these days, and the infinite scroll on those platforms where you can just go on Instagram and just scroll and scroll and scroll, and they'll give you content forever. I think you can just keep going. I don't think it would ever. It's not technically forever, but I mean, might as well be. And even on YouTube, there's tons of videos that are just there just to kind of be consumed. Like you can just put them on in the background and just listen to them. Hopefully this is one of them. I mean, that's up to you guys, not me, but hopefully this one will sit with you a little bit more. So yeah, to be fair to us, I mean, it is kind of being done to us a little bit by these technology companies. I mean, these things were designed psychologically to tap into our brains, to get us addicted to them, to stay on these apps longer so they can feed us more ads and they make more money. But I mean, that doesn't mean we're blameless. I mean, there's nobody putting a gun to our head forcing us to do this. It just feels so good. It feels so good to go on X and just scroll for days or well, maybe not X, but Instagram or even YouTube, and maybe to a slightly different degree because these videos are a little bit longer, but still you can scroll there for days. And what this really is a shift away from deep attention to more shallow attention. As a book, it asks you to hold a single thread, all these characters and specific story in this world for hundreds of pages, hours and hours. And these days, it feels like to be able to focus on a book or anything for 25 to 30 hours, the same world, the same characters for that long. I mean, it feels almost impossible. I mean, it's like we've trained ourselves out of that muscle. Like we just can't do it anymore. And what reading does in a unique way is it allows you to kind of co-create with the author. As you're reading the book, you're creating the world, you're deciding what they look like. You're the one making the decisions in your own mind, along with the writer. So that's what's really being lost is our imaginations and our ability to imagine these, vast new worlds and just vast horizons. It's one of the greatest strengths we have as human beings. And again, with all these infinite scrolls and less reading, it's actually becoming worse and weaker. And the thing that fiction does that no other medium does, cracking open a book and reading it is allowing you to live inside of another person's world, inside of their head for 300 plus pages. Yeah, it's something that only books could do. And that's what sharpens our imaginations, or used to sharpen our imaginations. And that's one of the main benefits we have of reading fiction. And with movies and TV shows and video games, you get all these stories pre-visualized for you. All of that work, all of the work that you would do, if your imagination is already done for you. So you just sit back and just passively let the story wash over you, living in someone else's vision. And again, you're basically being robbed of something. And look, I've been saying we a lot here. Let me back up. Let me just talk about myself here, okay? I don't want to put everything on you. I'm not saying you all do this, but for my own self, I know it's harder for me. I used to read so much when I was younger, in college, high school, when even younger than that, when I was a kid, a small kid reading Encyclopedia Brown. If any of you know what that is, I used to love those books. But now it's so hard. It's so hard. And I thought it was because I got older, but it doesn't make any sense because I think back then old people used to love to read back in the day. And so now, when you got older, you had more time to read and you would read more. So I don't think it's that. I think it was like I was talking about before about the our attention spans being shortened so much by all these algorithms. And I want to be clear, I'm not saying that this is a moral failing. I want to be clear and give myself a break, but also you guys out there. I'm not saying it's a moral failing that we can't do this. It's more just a trained response to the modern life. If we really want to look at this from a kind of a bird's eye view, it's really not even about books. It's actually so much bigger than that. It's about us losing our ability for a long, undistracted thinking, stretches of where we can just think deeply about one topic for a long time without being distracted or having a million other thoughts come out and get us and just like attack us and just take us out of that mindset and say, hey, don't stop thinking about that. Start thinking about this instead. And I don't think it's just me. I think it's a lot of us out there. And that's sad, of course, but it's not just sad. It can actually also be dangerous if you think about it. I mean, I don't want to get into politics, whatever your politics are, but it definitely helps the powers that be, whoever they are. Again, depends on your politics out there, but it definitely helps them. Because if we can be so easily distracted, they can just throw out anything, any shiny object at us, and we'll look at that. Well, back here, they're over here, taking our money and taking our tax dollars or whatever for nefarious purposes, blowing up this, stealing that, billionaire this, trillionaire that. I mean, it's everywhere, and that's part of the reason they get away from it. Not that we don't care about those things. We're very moral people. We care about those things very deeply, but it's just so easy to be distracted. And I worry about this specifically for writers too. If you think about them, the ones that are creating these stories that we love, I mean, what is the consequence for them having shorter and shorter audience pools for their work? How can great authors compete with doom scrolling on X and Instagram? I mean, it's almost impossible. I don't want to be all doom and gloom. I'm not saying that we're done, we're finished, it's all over for us, because there are people out there reading. People like you that watch this channel. People like me that are reading more and trying to talk about it more and to create a space where we can come together and talk about what we read. If you enjoy these videos, you want to come. It doesn't have to just be me. There's plenty of people, on Book Talk. Book Talk gets a bad rap sometimes about people hating on it, saying it's a toxic place. Not necessarily. It's just a place where people can come, the people that still read and take the time to read and to work on their attention spans. They come together and they talk about what they love. And sometimes it gets passionate, and sometimes it might get a little out of hand, I guess, sometimes. But it's good overall. It's a good. It helps society to have a space like this to come and to talk about reading and about the stories that we read, not that we saw on TV or movies or video games, that we actually sat down through 300, 400, 500 page books, 25, 30, 40 hours we spent reading, visualizing this world ourselves. And when you do that, you become so attached to those stories and to those books, and you just become so passionate, and you want to come onto YouTube or Book Talk or wherever, or BookTube. Sorry, not Book Talk. BookTube. This is YouTube, so BookTube. And you want to share your passion for the story and this author that you love that created this world, that you and the author together worked together to create this world. And that passion just bleeds through. And again, if we can regain our attention spans, if we can regain that ability to think deeply about a topic for a long, extended period of time without getting distracted, and we can really solve a lot of problems. Not everything. I'm not saying reading fiction or even nonfiction, just reading books is going to save the world. But I mean, I guess I kind of am saying that in a little ways. It won't save the world on its own. After that, we got to go take action. But it's an important step. So in a lot of ways, reading books is kind of an act of resistance almost. We're resisting the modern world. We're resisting these apps and these algorithms. And again, I don't mean this as a guilt trip. I'm not saying this is a moral failing, but it's just a chance for us to really reclaim our attention spans. And the way we do that is reading. Fiction and nonfiction too, both. I'm not against nonfiction. But the way we do that, again, is through reading and then coming on here and sharing our passion and our love for reading, to hopefully get as many people to read as possible, or start reading again. If you haven't read for a while, start reading again. That can really reclaim our attention spans and really improve our own lives. And improving our own lives will help us to slowly improve the world, at least a little bit. And I mean, goodness knows we need that right now. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what books you're reading, what books you feel like would help you to reclaim your attention span, and books that you really are passionate about and you want to share with others. And if you're interested, I do have a school community I've just recently built, and I'm starting it up right now, where you can come in, you can share your love for reading, for writing, all the books that help you to expand your attention span, and the books that you think would help others to do that. Please come in and share them. We'd love to have you there. And we also have live streams where we can get there, multiple weekly live streams, exclusive live streams. It's just a quiet space to share your love for reading, writing, and just books in general. And if you enjoyed this, the next video I'd love for you to watch is this one I made right here about how fiction makes us human. Because if we're here now, we're ready to reclaim our attention spans, that video will show you exactly how fiction does that, the exact mechanism it uses. The two videos go hand in hand. I'll see you there.